I forgot. Today we should paint this one. Paint the model. Man, I'm tired today. Oh, slow motion day. So tired. But it's so funny. Like I mentioned, I think early last week, uh, I got a new monitor, and now it's so crazy. You're so used to this scale. It's such a massive massive monitor. The screen size is so big, but you get used to it almost instantly, which is crazy. Oh, this just shows you how adaptive we are as a human. And tomorrow I will cut my beard, or trim it rather, and haircut. It is long. All right, so today I was thinking we should do this. I'm gonna paint this. I'm gonna try to channel dark crystal a bit. We'll see how it goes. And then tomorrow ideally we will do 3D on your topic. So that will be fun. That will be a really interesting challenge to see what if I will be able to model what you want me to model in 30 minutes. Hey Bruno, how's it going? So that's gonna be yeah. Let's say on the topic like argumenting goblin. Would I be able to model that in 30 minutes? Or would I just be able to model a goblin? If that. But it's gonna be interesting to see. I think I definitely gonna need more practice modeling or sculpting. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting to see. Oh, yeah, tomorrow is the trial run of how well I'll do. Anyways, on with the show. Let's start the warm up. I saw on OBS there were some what's it called? Like ads on like something called CloudBot for Streamlabs. It is like a Nightbot that I have implemented, but it seems to be a lot more connected with the platform. So I think I'll look into that and see what we can do. Maybe we can have a lot more dynamic bot that you can interact with. But it's hard to come up with something good that's because this stream is only 30 minutes, and it's really hard to use a bot for, like the purpose for half an hour. I can get it that it's like great for a longer type stream where there's a lot of things happening, but because it's such a short stream, I think it's a little bit difficult to find a good use for a bot. I think the what we used the bot for now and what we used it for Unreal Ornament was really good. It's like the bot was like a shortcut, which was cool. We can like use the bot to have a URL on demand and things like that. I think that worked really well. But besides that, I mean, what could one use a bot for on the stream rather than when the stream is short? I mean, what would you need? I mean, I could. Hey, Veneno, is it Bjorn or Norwegian Bjorn? No, it's Swedish with the 2 dots. But instead of having everyone try to type it out, I just Englishified it. That's how it is actually supposed to be. But it's always going to be questions. Oh, how do you say it? Does that sound? And then eventually they will say it like in English anyways. So on social media and so on online presence, it's easier that way. You'll give me a pass? Yeah. So the noise, that O with 2 dots is so you say my name Björn, and I don't assume that any non-Swedish person should be able to pronounce it, so I just skip it. I skip it altogether. It's easier that way. So what I'm doing is I modeled this last Friday. Tomorrow we will try. Hey Dank, how's it going? Tomorrow we'll try to model. I mean, this was model on demand, kind of. Like I set the idea of I wanted to try something with an open mouth, and someone said dark crystal, whatever they're called, scracks or scranks, or and I don't remember what they were called, but yeah. So I started modeling towards that. Tomorrow we'll do. I'll try my hands on modeling something in 30 minutes that you suggest I should model. So usually what happens in my streams is that someone says a topic, a couple of people say a topic, I roll the dice, and then the dice decides what should be painted. Skeksis, there we go. Sharsa, how's it going? Zealin. What up? Weeping Jay. Ice Die. Yeah, so it will be really interesting to see if I will be able to. I mean, obviously, if anyone, like, say, says the topic like metallic scarecrow, like Wanamir Levy did the other week, I mean, that would be really hard to sculpt. I mean, I haven't sculpted hard surface stuff yet, so it will be hard to know how I will manage a request like that. Most likely, I will have to simplify the topic slightly until I get more comfortable with modeling or sculpting. Hey Gria, Enrique Ricker Meatslurp, what up? I'm fine. I'm very tired today. No energy. Eric Ricky, yeah. Today I'm painting on top of model I did on Friday. So that was the model on Friday, or the sculpt, and today I'm adding a little bit of kind of meat to it, just to just as a fun thing. Try to the general idea, like I said earlier, is I want to model for 30 minutes and then paint for 30 minutes the following day, so that we experiment with both and learn both, or sketch both. I mean, I already know how to draw, but practice, practice, practice. Einstein. Yeah, sure. We are not going to be blown away tomorrow. It's going to be probably a horrific car crash. The result is not going to be beautiful, I believe. Bruno, if I think I will be using this, I think possibly. I think possibly I will be using this this technique. I'm not sure yet to what extent and if I will be using it. I might use it for actually, I don't know. I don't know if I will use it yet. It's great and all. I think I can definitely see the use of it. I think there will be more and more like this in the industry, where you design in 3D as well and hand the model over. We have already done that in the studio in the past. So, I mean, the fact that it's already being used in the industry, I think it'll definitely won't go away. So I think it'll be more and more to kind of streamline, you know. Meat slurp. I have not tried to model anything more than just a head. I haven't had really time to do. I would like to try though. I think possibly I'll do that today on the lunch, my lunch break, possibly, if I have time. I think I'll take one of the models I've already created and just keep pushing it. It'll be interesting to see if I am able to. You know, how you see all these 3D artists making these, you know, very complicated models and so on. And it's a really interesting thing to see, you know, would I be able to, would I want to? Hey, Chester. Captain Paus. Ice dye. Why brown and blue? Well, it's more cyan, but well, the basic principle in the reason why is I wanted the contrast. that's the only thing. I wanted to use colors that are vibrant against each other. So it's just basic color theory. There's no other reason why I chose these particular colors other than just using it as a what's it called? Complementary colors. So I can play around with the rhythm of the painting. Eric Ricky, yeah, I definitely can see. I can definitely see the use of sculpting and the using it as your own reference and things like that. I can definitely see the strengths of it. But I think it comes down to what I've talked about before as well, where like understanding something fully makes that information a lot more available in multiple different ways. If you're really good at something in one way, you learn only that singular way rather than fully understanding what's every little thing, every little part about the whole thing, right? So what I'm trying to say is that I feel like using 3D, it's great, but if you rely on 3D to understand light or rely on 3D to understand volumes or your own creation, then you're not doing yourself any favors, you know. But if you understand light and if you understand color and form and so on, and you use 3D for the fun of it or to practice, I think you're using that in its correct way. I mean, using 3D to learn how you think and learn how to use light is also, it's a very valid thing. I'm not saying that you shouldn't use 3D, but like with all things, like when you, for example, when you make a stylistic choice, if you should know first how to make it correctly, and then you filter it through your own likes and style choices before you make strange anatomy. You should know anatomy first clearly so that you can make that own decision after the fact. That's if that makes any sense. Hey, Step Art Stream, how's it going? Sharsa, yeah, I noticed. I said already, said good morning to you, but anyways, good morning. Bruno Romanos and Sharsa, yeah, absolutely. I think it's I think the fact that I can like rotate the creature and things like that is really useful, and you can provide different moods rather quickly than having to repaint it. So that's really that's a really strong point in using 3D, is that you can quickly get results that you can show from multiple angles, right? If I did this from scratch painting, I would need to paint the next angle, or what does it look like from the back. Because it's already sculpted, I could, just grab the model, take a screenshot from the back, and start painting on top. So in that sense, it's a lot more time efficient. And another cool thing is you can give the sculpt to the client afterwards, even though it's messy, like a very messy sculpt, and it's not professionally, they can at least observe it and rotate it and understand what you were thinking, you know, if they want it. And I think that's going to happen more and more in the industry, especially when things are going to be a little bit more advanced and turn into VR. And if you're pushing that part of the industry, most likely the 2D, 3D lines are going to blur a lot if you're that kind of artist. But I don't think it'll remove the 2D artist either. I think it'll still be there. I think that skill set will always be needed. Hey, Vivir, how's it going? I'm fine, thanks. I'm a little bit tired today. I met anyone that uses 3D and quick paint over in 2D in the industry? Yeah, there's a lot of concept artists that do that actually. I know a friend of mine, Jelmer Boskma. He's a creature artist. He's nowadays a lot more pure ZBrush purist, but he used to do the hybrid thing a lot. I mainly find 3D interesting for the quick iteration time. Yeah, yeah, you can get that perfect angle and all these things a lot more easier than if you have to paint it yourself. But like I said, having the skill set to paint it yourself is way more beneficial than relying on 3D to do it for you. I mean, I'm the purist in me speaking, right? Where where I would say do it manually first, master it that way, and then as you've mastered it, you can take the shortcut. But that's the purist in me, right? Art shouldn't be easy. That's so bad. So full of myself. Ahoy, Cosmoverse. How's it going? Hey, well, when Amir, how's it going? Amir, you use 3D bases a lot, Vibvir. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, it is a powerful thing, and it is efficient, and it does help you a lot to use 3D base. But it's also easy to rely on it. And I think the people that are uh, excelling in it probably have a very strong foundation regardless. So they treat the 3D just as a tool. Like I said, they have gone the long way first. They've mastered the ideas, and then they've taken the shortcuts, I would say. Wanamir, yeah, exactly. I think there's a lot of that in the industry, um, and you can see it in a lot of people's work, where they rely on the shortcuts that they buy, let's say Gumroads and so on. Hey, and you can see it, especially when they need to change their practiced process, then they stumble. And you can see it in 2D as well. The shortcuts that they're taking, like when they argue that their stylistic or stylization of the anatomy is on purpose, that it's a design choice. It's like, no, it's just broken. You just don't know what you're doing. Art to be easy? Nah, man. Art has to be a struggle. Can't be easy. You have to suffer. that lovely sweet pain. Eric Ricky, that's cool. There's some good names there. Hey Tomas. Maye, how's it going? Hey yo. Gria, yeah, exactly. You have to suffer. I feel like let's spend a little bit of time adding trinkets to this guy. Are they? Did they have? I think they had like a jewelry and shit, right? I'm quite sure that they were all like wearing amulets. I remember, and can't remember. Chipmonger, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is that is a classic line, but I think it rings so true. You really have to. Um, it is you hear it constantly from a lot of people all the time. Learn the basics or learn the foundation before you take shortcuts. But it there's no substitution for it. Beak ring, yeah, beak ring and piercings and necklaces. I don't know. I'm just adding shit to make it look a little bit more complicated and help with to kind of simulate depth. Try to fake it. But yeah, today I'm really tired. My brain is on vacation. My apologies for the sluggish behavior. Oh yeah, they did have fancy hats too. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And they had a lot of rings, right, on their hands. I hope the brain has a good time. Yeah, me too. I miss I miss my brain. I hope my brain's vacation is over soon. Though it's one of those days, where just stay in bed. But alas, I can't. Gotta grind. Ricky Ricky. No, it's based on Dark Crystal. but I'm not trying to make a dark crystal bird, skrank or whatever they were called. I can't remember. But it's just kind of like loosely inspired by it. Obviously, they didn't have the birds of paradise color scheme and raptor look. They were more like crows. So I don't know. I'm just making this shit up. Maya, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, the thing is like this, right? If you know the base, if you know the foundation, and you decide to break the foundation, if you know it well enough, you can make the like the tangent you go off on work by forcing it right. You know, rather than struggle to understand what you're doing wrong, right? And you can purposely break anatomy or purposely break color theory if you understand what you're doing, and you can make it work due to skexes. There we go. Hey Mel, how's it going? What are truly the foundations in concept art? Any art. Uh, if you're gonna do art, you should learn the basics, and that is light, rendering, form, perspective, uh, mechanical movement of your fingers. Practice the movements, right? Together with the theory, color theory, and all these things. And because you are, as a concept artist, you are painting, right? Drawing or whatever you choose to do, you're still using the fundamentals of art to convey the design, right? And then on top of that, if you're a concept artist, you should understand design too. And design has many layers to it. One of them being like in terms of measurement, composition, but also design in terms of narrative, psychology in terms of, like red means scary and so on. But it's more or less just a foundation with additional complexity of design to it as a concept artist, because you're going to have to visualize an idea. Yeah, smart manipulation of the laws. The law. Right, so this is how it ended up looking in half an hour paint on top of that 3D model. We went from 30-minute sculpt with 30-minute paint on top. Pretty fully realized. I'd say it's not too bad. It's fun to see the beginning and then the end. How subtleties play a big role. How the foundation of the 3D model, there's a lot of free information in there. Like if you look at the beak and so on, there's a lot of texture that I gained from the sculpt. Same around the eyes and things like that. My, yeah, movies help a lot actually. There's a lot of theory happens in good movies. Ricky, it's definitely easier. It's less thinking. It goes quicker. There's no thinking involved, right? You have the foundation there already. Um, Thomas, yeah, I don't know. Um, so tomorrow I will try sculpting your topic. So tomorrow we're gonna start it as per normal. You're gonna give suggestions of topic. We're gonna roll the dice, and then I'm gonna try impromptu model whatever topic you suggest. So please don't make anything very complicated. Don't suggest anything overly complicated. Um, but yeah, let's see how that goes tomorrow, and then the following day we're gonna paint whatever I sculpt tomorrow. So that's gonna be for sport correspondent. Yeah. Sharsa. Oh no. Oh well. At least we have YouTube. War panda in a jeep. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. All right. So who do we have online to raid? Um, everyone is playing games. Why are you not working? Oh, Tim Remmers is making a hilarious bird. All right, we're gonna raid Tim Remmers. He's a great game developer slash ZBrush artist. "3D horse without model." Oh, dude, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Man, that would be so bad. Oh, I'm gonna do a scene over paint? Cool, mate. Good luck. Alright, see you guys tomorrow morning for some pain. Sweet, sweet pain. Have a good one.